welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT. Tonight we are back after a week break, ready to kick off our Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship for iRacing. It's a 5-round series, and then round 1 is Canadian Motorsports Park. Round 2 will be at Watkins Glen International. Round 3 is Chicago Street Circuit. Round 4 is Road Atlanta, and then finishing up for the final round at Bathurst Mount Panorama. Our session tonight at Canadian Motorsports Park, we've got 10 minutes of practice. Weather conditions are partly cloudy. There is 10 minutes qualifying and the race is 40 minutes, and we've capped the cars at 47% fuel, so we will need to see them have a forced pit stop to get the supercars home. And we'll look at how we wrapped up our last championship. So we had the Pagnian Imports Toyota GR86 Cup. Our series champion was Sebastian Vandel, with on the podium in position 2 was Damon Cross and Stuart Crawford in position 3. And then wrapping up the series, we're at Lime Rock Park, and our championship winner finished up with a clean sweep, so well done to Sebastian. We'll take a look at the track. So in Canada, in Bowmanville, and then track length is 3.91 kilometers, and it is a very windy track, and it is rather difficult as there's no brake markers, so the drivers are going to be looking for other indicators on the side of the track just to nail those corners. And a bad Nate. Oh, no worries, Nate. Not well, can't make it. That is no worries. Hopefully you feel better soon. Anyone's joining us for the stream, jump in the chat, say hello. Use those sound effects controls underneath the stream as well. You can applaud and cheer the drivers on as the race unfolds. We've got 21 drivers loading in at the moment. We'll make our way through. We've got a fair few drivers already getting some times on the board. Blake Gallen at the moment, and he's jumped out of the Apex team car and he's joined up with his uncle John Gallen. So the Gallen duo now in Gallen Family Racing Car. So good luck in their debut run together tonight. We've got debut driver of Apex Esports League tonight, only on iRacing. It's Dwayne Dill. Hopefully I'm getting your name right, but for those who have checked out Project Cars 2 streams, that is D-Train. It's good to see him over on the iRacing platform. There's a minute left to open practice, and they'll have 10 minutes to qualify. Seeing 1:16 is the quickest time. It's done by Cameron Jones. Hey DK, so jumping on the stream. Yes, and hopefully you are feeling better very soon, DK. We will miss you while you're recovering. We're good at seeing you on the stream amongst us still. regular viewers on Project Cars, we won't see DK rush for a little while. So we're all wishing him a quick recovery so that we can have him back out on track with us again. There we are. Practice wrapped up pretty quick. So drivers now scrambling out on track to try and get those qualifying positions. There's points on the board. Vondel looks like the first one to climb out on the track. Fair bit of traffic coming out of pit lane now. We'll jump on board for a lap around Canadian Motorsports Park. It is a rather tricky track. There's a lot of crests and a lot of double apex hairpins. And it's very hard to try and look in through the corner, and especially without any brake markers on the side of the track. It is very familiar to that of Road Atlanta. And there's a lot of narrow sections of the track that's going to make it very tough to get a pass and then getting caught out, especially these couple of corners here. Very reminiscent of Watkins Glen's final corners. Try and make sure we've covered all our drivers as well. Lock of that right rear coming down through turn 1 and turn 2, very tricky spot with the pit exit. Oh, way too quick into that, and then a solid wall hit. Follow the leader for Pacheco. Solid hit. Mustang takes a big hit to the wall. Only got a few times coming through for qualifying. Urquhart's the first to take pole. There's a slide ahead, another wall hit as well. That must have been Schooler. The Schooler's managed to get into 119.1. He's just been bumped down a spot. Stephen Martin getting into 118.6. Blake Gallen, that was in at 119. Jones lands a 116. 120 for Gander. So he's a HSV paint job on the side of that Commodore for Meyer. Looks fantastic. Fair bit of traffic going on at the moment. So we can find someone who's close to starting a lap. It's got to be pretty close. Hopefully. Yeah, through the final corner here. On board with Cameron Jones and the Commodore. Pitch straight through turn 1. Very narrow, and it comes out down under turn 2 where that pit exit line is in here. You're going to try and look for the cutaways in the grass with your turning points. You can see just how hard it is actually trying to find that perfect apex. Nearly every corner at Motorsports Park has a crest. Just here as well. This is where we saw some cars getting caught off guard before. These hairpin makes you want to turn in a lot sharper. You run that corner out wide and then turn in for the second apex. You're going to be looking for brake markers like this little tower off to the side, just with a sign. Fast sweeper, very cautious of that inside curb. It will put the car into, it could be very unstable, where he's going to take us for the view down pit lane. It's even a little interesting pit entry as well. Four drivers getting in the 117s. Jones only driver in the 16s, setting a 16.5. So we have Vardell, Urquhart, Bradbury, Cross and Crawford in the 117s, and have Dave Arney sitting in the 118s. And that goes through down to position 11. Newens in the 119s, and that's through to position 14. And then we've got 120s going down. A couple of drivers to get a time on the board. See just how tricky that pit exit is, where Simmons was coming out. Another driver having to come out, and that is the racing line on that entry, so exit path. Pagnian not yet turning a lap. So there's 2 minutes left to qualifying. Carts. Hang back out, it's probably not going to be enough time to get in another timed lap. And he's on the move as well. He's now put himself up into P5. Brand's on the move now. He's currently done a 120.1. That's qualified her into P17. Chico's 19th for 120. 20 seconds left to qualifying. With how quick it loaded us out of the open practice, that's probably going to only give a short amount of time to be able to wrap up final laps. Hey Mick, sorry I didn't see you amongst all that chat there. Hope you're well. Cheers mate, our new paint jobs for the cars going in the black theme for the Team Apex is looking pretty good. Lots of chrome for them as well. There's the flag for qualifying. Cameron Jones has pole position, 1:16.9. Vandel has gotten that time down pretty close. He's set us at 1:17.095. That's probably going to catch him off guard. So this will be Bradbury's last lap. Can he improve? He's done a 1:17.3. That's a 1:17.4, so it's consistent, but not enough to be able to bump up on that spot. But starting P3 is going to be pretty good. Now we'll take a look at those qualifying results now before it boots us over into the next session. And for the opening round, the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship, Cameron Jones is taken pole position at 1:16.5, and Sebastian Vandel follows in position 2. And then we've got Blake Urquhart, Robbie Bradbury, Dave Arney, Stuart Crawford, Damien Cross, John Gallen, Brendan Meyer, Stephen Martin. And then our next 10 is Jason Sula, Shane Newens, Blake Gallen, Philip Furlow, Philip Buckland, Alcino Pacheco, Russell Garner, Stephanie Piccoli, Dwayne Dewell, and David Simmons. And then we've got Corey Brand not getting in a time, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll have a good run. It's going to be interesting getting into the start of the race. And it's going to be very tight for turn 1. You can't really go too wide, otherwise one car is going to be out on the grass, and then that'll be seeing them into a wall. Jenna Lee, thanks for jumping on. And drivers, got a minute to grid the car. It's probably a great shot. And for all our new viewers to the channel, do hit that follow button so you can be notified when we go live. We're here Monday nights, 7:35 for iRacing, and then 7:45 on Thursdays for Project Cars. Some more V8s coming on Project Cars 2 over the next 5 weeks as well. That's all drivers ready except for Cameron Jones. It'd be great if we can reach our goal of 300 followers. We're only a few away now. Flashing the lights back there. And Cameron Jones, he's starting from the pits. He's setting himself a challenge. And we're away for round 1. Oh, there's a few cars looking to go 3 wide. Very game try and take turn 1. And these tyres cold on the first lap. Davani's moved up some spots. He's got away to a brilliant start, but Crawford's right on his tail and already probing that inside line. Rabry looking to try and hold on to Vandel. Vandel's fantastic at pulling away very quickly, so you're going to have to try and grab him early on. Jones started from pit lane. He's already moved up into position 16. It looks like a pretty good getaway. Looks like there's been a little bit of touch going on, but no incident. Did almost anticipate first couple of corners to be dramas. Oh, got unstable there for Crawford. Tank slapper is rolled off track. Car's trying to get around as quick as possible. And Crawford back underway. It says he's in first, strangely, there, just because he'd gone back across the control line by the look of it. Usually it happens when you're doing a tow. Oh, Gander's just had the tow. Can't see any reports of two-car contact, like a loss of control for Gander. Vandel's already pulling away by 1.6 seconds. Bradbury's going to have to try and reel that gap in. And he's going to start thinking quick as well. Arnie is moving up. He's in P3. And the track's just clouded over. It's a lot more shady. Those track temperatures are going to stay rather cool. So we've only seen a couple of degrees increase since the practice and qualifying. Meyer closing in on Blake Gallen. He's also got Jones flying up behind. He didn't grid start from pit lane and he's now in position 10 in just 2.5 laps. John Gallen goes for a pass for Schooler. Almost a bit of a crisscross going on. Looks like Urquhart may have had a little scrape. I think he's gone off track and Cross has managed to push through to position 4. Gander's still under tow. Yeah, he's just got his car lifted now, so he's got his fast repair. It's probably taken some fuel. I'm not sure how he's going to go, if it's going to be able to last out 35.5 minutes. He may be able to just squeeze the car in. You usually see around 33 minutes worth of fuel. Very tidy race, 3 laps in. We did take a reduced field size for the Supercars Championship. Last time we saw 40 drivers and it was absolute chaos. So we did reduce that size down, try and limit as many newcomers to the championship. This is the first time that we've mixed up a full range. For the last few championships we've ran all the Australian tracks. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how the drivers go. Score loses out to John Gallant. Arnie's dropped back into position 12. He hasn't pit, so there's been an error. He's lost the control. So he's got some makeup to do. That's Furlow off in the distance, so we see off track. Doesn't look like he's taken any damage. Look at that gap pushed out by Varndell, 3.4 seconds. Oh, Simmons has just had a tow. So you're seeing the weird mix up in the iRacing data showing him as being in second place. Newlands is just towed as well by the looks. It's a very unforgiving track. And as soon as you get that off track, there's no chance of being able to pull up the car. You just got to hang on, as we saw in the qualifying and practice session. Sun's come back out again. Track temperature's gone up. I should probably be able to give a little bit more grip to the track. Cart's been able to move up into position 3. Looks like there's a heavy scrape to that right hand side for Schooler. See some big scrapes up that right hand side of the car. Blake Allen's struck back as he's gone into the pits. So we are reaching that pit point. We can see them coming in now. So about to take enough fuel to finish out the race at this stage. We've got some lap traffic starting the camp as well. So just up ahead, it's Dwayne. He's got a heavy scrape up the side of that car as well. Hey Dan, thanks for jumping on the stream. Furlow and Buckland are pretty close together now. Seeing some pretty quick lap times being set. The fastest laps from our first 7 are into the 117s. Then we're still seeing 118s, 119s. Slowest fastest lap is a 124. Buckland seems to be dropping back from furlough. Piccoli's closing in as well. From the rear from Philip Buckland's car. John Gallen moving up another position, that's now P4. So the only driver to actually come in and take on some fuel is Blake Gallen. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. So we're on lap 9 at the moment. Vandel's pushing that lead out by 7.2 seconds now. Hey, Hypes. Nice to see you on the stream. Cameron Jones still moving on up. Places himself nicely to get the pass on Cross. Good thanks, Hypes. Oh, looks like as if it's been come together. Or is it just a lone spin? Yeah, it's just an off track for Furlough. I'm not sure if he's taken any damage to the car. It's allowed Chico and Piccoli to move up a position. Now in 14th and 13th. I think there's about 5 seconds between them and the cars ahead. There's a heavily damaged car for Crawford. We saw him spun and make contact with the wall on pit straight. That big tank slapper. That gap's increasing now between Vandel and Bradbury. He's pushed it out another second. It's pretty quiet around Bradbury. He's got just over 7 seconds to position 3. That's Jones. So he'll be able to catch up, put some pressure onto Vandel. He's climbed through the rungs very quickly from that pit lane start. You just see Furlough going into the pits. There's a car coming out of pit lane. Meyer putting pressure on John Gallen. Almost looked like he was going to position up along that inside. He's starting to pester those mirrors. Try and put Gallen off his guard. around some lap traffic. There was Piccoli onto the side. Oh, it's closing and very quick. Goes for a crisscross, doesn't get the track position to be able to sit in the apex. That's going to put him offline for the next corner. Through on the nose with Brendan Meyer. Closing up to a couple of cars. He's going to box himself in here. No, he's maybe pushing out Gallant. It's side by side. He's got the track position, but can he keep the pace on that inner line? Yeah, it's lined him up nicely for the follow-on right-hander. Nicely executed by Meyer, moves himself up to position 6. Cross and Urquhart just up ahead. Hey, Jurassic Jam, thanks for joining. Now drivers do need to be aware of the incident points. As our first series, we've actually put a cap for incident limits. So drivers can actually suffer a disqualification once they reach 30 incident points. So once they've got to 17, they'll be seeing the usual drive-through penalty. Urquhart's car a little bit unsettled. There's just been some contact. Was Joel's car. And with Furlow at the same time, I think. Oh, he's having some dramas. The car's just spooled up as he's trying to get back on track. Wells, lap traffic as well, so he's in position 18, not sure what's happened as they've come together. And a car contact could result in a 4 times incident. Well, Jones has just made wall contact. He's been in and taken fuel as well, so he doesn't want to have to be using a fast repair. Well, that's a solid hit to the left. Those last 2 corners caught him off guard. And he's moved back up to P7. He was running at P3 early on in the race. Vandel flying up ahead. Track's clouded over again. So it's just keeping those track temperatures rather stable. You can just see how windy this track is as we're on board the blimp. That's Vandel that we're following as he's got some lap traffic that he's weaving through. See all the grass runoff areas straight into that walled sections. He's just coming on to start lap 16. That's Bradbury and Crawford. So Crawford's currently a lap down. School are currently in the pits. John Gallen on approach. Lap position 14. That's Blake Gallen. He's got a fair gap between himself and Meyer now. Meyer is powering through. Meyer's about 27 seconds away from race lead. A couple of laps past the halfway point, 17.5 minutes to go. Done 17 laps. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Dwayne lets through some lap traffic. Myers taking that fuel now. Arnie and John Gallen move up a spot, as does Jones. So the car's going to be getting very light now. It's going to be rather risky with those crested corners. And just had quite the lag spike just come through. Bradbury's grabbing that fuel now. Arnie's coming in for fuel as well. Gallen stays out on track. It's like Buckland's just came out from getting fuel. Simmons has got heavy damage to that front right. That was a huge lead for Vandel. Pushed it out to 42 seconds before the other car's peeling off into the pits. He's got his load of fuel now. So he enters. Still a fantastic lead. Jones quickly closing into Bradbury. All drivers have been in and taken fuel, except for Pacheco. He's in position 12. He's got a 24-second gap, so he's going to lose position or two once he comes in for the fuel. Furlow's off track. I think that's where we saw him off track earlier on in the race as well. So the corners caught him off guard. Oh, he's going to have to be careful to come back on track. Just tucks in behind. So then blue flag at the same time as he's re-entered. Just under 13 minutes to go, a 17-second lead for Vandel. If he can keep his current pace up, he should be pretty safe out there, but a tiny mistake could throw it all away. Well, the spun car just rolled back by the looks. No, they just got off track quickly. Actually, whose car that was? One of the KFC cars. Actually, which KFC car had the blue wheels? There's the lapped car up ahead. Actually, it might have been a KFC car. It might have been Simmons's car. Yeah, he's got some heavy damage. I don't know if that car's steering well. Gallen and Buckland flat out. A flash of the lights from Gallen. Blake's also watching the stream and giving us the flash at the same time. Fair bit of spacing going on. Jones is teetering with that gap between himself and Bradbury. There's only about 7 to 8 laps left in the race. Currently lap 23. Vandel is our race leader. He's led for the full 23 laps. Looks like Varndell's coming up to lap position 11 now. Simmons on the blue flag moves aside for Arnie. Bradbury pulls away from Jones again. They keep teetering with this gap. Jones unable to reel him in. He may even be contending with some damage. He gets caught. He just saves the car. What a wild flick coming off that exit curb. Oh, he's definitely struggling with his car at the moment. Track temperatures have started to go up. We're at 27 degrees currently. There's been some fluctuations of the variation of this cloud cover on track. Brand still in the pits. Winning the pits after 7 laps. We had Newlands retire lap 3. Strong curb hit. That slowed that car down for Piccoli. I was getting the gap down between myself and Gander to about 1 second. That's dropped out after that car got unsettled from that curb strike. Still no slowing down of Varndell. Jones's pit lane start left Varndell relatively uncontested now. Oh, there's spin ahead, that's Piccoli's car. Jones has now managed to reel in Bradbury. With only a few laps left in the race. Can he potentially take out that number 2 spot? He's already doing fantastic up in P3 from a pit lane start. It's a much tighter line. A rear a little bit loose as he puts the power to the car. Coley moves aside for Bradbury and Jones to fly through. Oh, side by side through the last corners. What a lift for Jones as he makes the pass. Two laps remain. There's a car off track up here. It's car number 54, that's Stuart Crawford. Oh, he's just gone off track, making wall contact. A solid hit to the car. That rear for Jones getting really loose as he gets that power down. Coming on the last laps now, it's all going to be down to where Vandel currently is. Vandel's only about 15 seconds away from wrapping up the lap. So we'll get another lap in it. He crosses the line. That's 30 laps. It'll be a white flag this lap. Jones not quite shaking Bradbury away. And that car's appearing to get rather loose for Jones. It could be either damage or low on fuel or a bit of both. They're not under pressure from behind, so they can just focus on each other. So they're not going to be catching Vandel at this stage. Jones pulling away now. Checkered flag out for Vandel. Previous series champion claims the first win in the Pagnian Supercars Championship of 2023. He's impressed with that run. Pirouetting through turn 2. Jones takes podium in position 2 from a pit lane start. Well done. Be 20 seconds away from Varndell. Would have been a tight battle if he hadn't done that pit lane start. Bradbury in P3. Meyer crosses in 4th. Cross and Urquhart pretty close right to the finish. Cross takes 5th, Urquhart 6th. Schooler in 7th. John Gallen takes in 8th. Martin's in 9th. Dave Varney's in 10th position. Not sure where he's on track, whether he's actually may have crossed the line already, or if he's still racing. He must have just finished. He was a lap down. Let's see if there's any burnouts going on. Varndell's finished doing all his burnouts. So that is it for round 1. All drivers finishing up now. So we'll check out those results. There we are, 31 laps at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, seeing Sebastian Varndell take the win for the opening round of the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship. And on the podium in position 2 is Cameron Jones and Robbie Bradbury in position 3. And then we've got Brendan Meyer, Damien Cross, Blake Urquhart, Jason Schooler, John Gallen, Stephen Martin, Dave Arney, Stuart Crawford, Philip Buckland, Blake Gallen, Russell Gander, Alcino Pacheco, Stephanie Piccoli, Dwayne Dewell, Philip Furlow, David Simmons, Corey Brand, and Shane Newens. We'll see if our drivers are jumped over, ready for a chat. And congratulations, Seb.
Thanks, JT. That was a interesting race. It was good fun.
Yeah, so you were flying out there to finish off with a 20-second lead in the end.
Yeah, it was. Cameron started from the pit lane, so he probably should have been way a bit further up.
He got up into position 10 just by the end of the first lap, so he was flying through. So yeah, it would have been good to see him up there battling you from the start.
Yeah, I was hoping because I saw the time runner there on the grid. I was like, is he going to grid up? Because I was looking forward to hopefully having a good battle with him, but yeah, he didn't end up gridding up, but he drove bloody awesome from the back to finish second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was setting himself a challenge or if he just actually missed the start or not.
Yeah, not sure, but he drove awesome.
Yeah, he did. And he had a fantastic run out there, and the guys have got to come in and join you for the chat as well. But he had Bradbury holding a steady gap for a while, and he was trying to hold on early on in those opening laps, but once he started to pull away, that was the end of it.
Yeah, I was just trying to look after the tyres a lot more through that first stint. I think Robbie was probably cooking them a little bit because I saw him a bit loose at the first couple of laps there, but just saved the tyres and just pulled away with the fresher tyres. That was good.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of drivers, I think, trying to conserve those tyres in those last laps. It was getting very loose out there for them. A lot more errors.
Yeah, definitely. The tyres are definitely going off towards the end there. And I think the track temp was going up a bit, which, yeah, wouldn't have helped the tyres.
No, definitely not. But, fantastic race, and hopefully have another great run for you next week as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to it. We'll get some practice in and see how we go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so Watkins Glen will be a good tight one. Another one with plenty of walls around as well, so another unforgiving track.
Yeah, definitely. That's good fun in the supercar around Watkins Glen.
Yeah, very well suited to the car.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good way to carry on from a series win to start off with possibly a clean sweep again, I think. So you finished up with the last round of clean sweep.
Yeah, is there points for pole? Because Cameron would have got that, but...
Ah, yes, he did too, that's right.
I'm not sure who had the fastest lap. But yeah, it was a good race overall.
Yep, that's it.
Enjoyed it.
No worries, Seb. talk to you next week.
Yep, speak to you then. See you, JT.
See ya. We have our race winner, Sebastian Van Del. He's commencing off to a great start for the championship. And then we will be heading to Watkins Glen International in the boot variation for round 2. It's going to be a fantastic race to see, so make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't already done so. You'll be notified when we go live. So we'll be back again Monday night 7:35 p.m. with the start of the race. And then we also have Supercars again this Thursday night on Project Cars 2, so do check that out. That's going to be fantastic. And then we also will be covering a special event coming up this month, so